Hi, and welcome to my very first sketchbook tour. This is the first time I've ever made a video like this. So, um, I originally started this sketchbook like in 2022, like late 2022, and then I finished it like a couple months ago, back in like November. So, I spent about maybe like I spent about at least like 2 years on the sketchbook. So, yeah. This actually originally started off as like a journal, but then it slowly turned into a sketchbook. Obviously, some of the pages are like blank just because I kind of left it blank because I was writing like journaling originally. And it kind of started off with some of like my likes and dislikes when it comes to fashion. Like here, I just like wrote about stuff that I liked and didn't, I guess. Here are some other couple like I guess like fashion related sketches. Here is like another one that I did in like marker. I use like the Prismacolor markers for this. Same thing here, except I use some alcohol ink markers for this. And these are just some couple more sketches. And it's just like a random doodle. All these random scribbles on here because of my younger brother. Yeah, this is a this is my OC, and this like drawing was inspired by like early like 2000s shoujo manga art. And here's just like a layout for like a comic I was working on. And here are some like I guess I was like planning out some drawings. So it's like right here. Another like character plan out, I guess. Some more fashion related sketches. A lot of these sketches were actually like outfits that I was planning on wearing myself, like stuff that I would want to wear. So there's that. And this is also my OC. And these are just a couple like I guess like variations of her because I was trying to figure out like what hairstyle and what kind of look I wanted to go with her. This is also another OC. This is supposed to be my OC's sister. More like sketches. These are also my OCs. And this is just like character turnaround. This is just more of my OC. And these are just a bunch of like expressions I was working on. Some more expressions. And another shoujo manga like art I think I was trying to go for. And then this is kind of like supposed to be like a little comic thing that I was working on, but never really like finished it. another OC I was working on. Some more fashion related opinions. This is just from like stickers I was making for my sketchbook. Some more fashion related sketches. These are just like random drawings I was working on. These are also some like, I guess, character studies I was working on, like references. Same here. This is just also another random OC that I made. It was also just like a character study. This is my OC again. And then I drew her again. This is supposed to be, I think, a Prada dress. I don't remember exactly from like which runway I designed this off of. Also another one of my OCs. This is the same OC as earlier, and it's supposed to be him at like his concert because he's in a band. And then this is, I think, Shin from Nana. And these are like all for my OCs that are in the band. The band's called Mystique. These are like all my characters. So this is Akira. This is Jasper. This is Nico, and that's Jay. This is supposed to be like my main OC. I forgot to mention her name. Her name is Alaya, and this is Akira. And this is just me testing out some like alcohol ink markers in here because the paper is like really thin, and I was just trying to see like how bad the bleeding is. So my character, like my OC, Jasper again. I'm pretty sure this was inspired by a visual kei artist, Miyavi. And I saw like a picture of him and I used it as like a reference for this. Same thing with this. This was, I'm pretty sure, inspired by another like visual kei band. This is supposed to be like a Polaroid of my OCs. Kira, Jasper, and Nico. These are also my OCs from earlier. This is supposed to be Alaya, Soda, and Ian. My OCs. Here I was trying to come up with some names for like that would involve like my comic. And then there's just random headphones and like bag doodles, I guess. This is an Akira doodle that I did with microns and like white gel pen. This is supposed to be Lady Versa. Lady. Wow. It's supposed to be Lady Oscar from Rose of Versailles. The Rose of Versailles. This is just a random little sketch that I did for like an actual bigger drawing I was gonna make, but I didn't really get around to doing it. This is supposed to be like a sketch of the Phantom of the Opera. It's supposed to be Christine, English Christine, and the Phantom. I think it's, I forgot his name. I think it's Eric, maybe. And here, this is a random doodles, random sketches, I guess. This supposed to be Killua from Hunter x Hunter. This is another sketch I was working on. This was inspired by Labyrinth, the movie in the scene where I think like the Goblin King and Sarah, like they're like dancing at like the ball. Some other random sketches. This is from like a movie from like 1930s that I really liked called The Divorce of Lady X. It's one of my favorites. It's supposed to be like a Cruella de Vil drawing. This is again my OC from earlier. It's my OC J. It's a little doodle. This is also my OC Ian. More doodles of them. This was me trying to work on like a logo for like the band that my OCs are in. It's a random like sketch. This was my OC Alaya. Other couple sketches. This was kind of inspired by like Alice in Wonderland, I guess. But instead, I kind of just like drew random like fish in the back. This is like a random vampire that I drew. It's not really an OC or anything. Also, some more other drawings. It's supposed to be like a Rococo or like I think it's Rococo style like dress. And I'm not sure. I think this was like Dutch maybe. But I was trying to work on like I guess different types of clothing styles as like here with like I did with the folds and stuff. Here's just like another random drawing. I was trying to go for like one of those really early 2000s like manga art where they would have like really detailed pages sometimes. It's also another vampire drawing. This is not Alucard or Alucard. It's just like a random vampire. Also another random vampire. I think you could tell that I really like drawing long hair, I guess. Oh yeah. It's like really ugly. I don't know. I was trying to experiment with a new art style or something. Also another vampire. Although he kind of looks like Valentine from Monster High. Although that wasn't really like intentional. But I like the way I did like the folds here. And I kinda like the hands. They don't look that like wonky to me. This is also another vampire drawing. Here I really liked the way I did the lace detail, like the cuff, and even like the way I do with the hand. I think is pretty like decent, I guess. Like I kind of like the shading on this. So really, I was inspired by Vampire Hunter D. So this is supposed to be like a random sketch. I'm pretty sure I drew this from like after I watched like Anna Karenina, and this was supposed to be like Count Vronsky. This is also a random OC that I abandoned. This is from like a comic I was working on, but never really got to finishing it. This is like a French ad from the 1920s that drew in my own art style. Another Cruella de Vil drawing and some couple eyes drawings I was working on. A little penguin. Just like a random like body sketch. Some character heads. Here I was just like drawing random characters, I guess. This is inspired by like Decker. I really like his art, and I kind of just tried drawing, like referencing his art, I guess. This is supposed to be Tybalt from Romeo and Juliet, like the anime version. I think this is Otani from Lovely Complex. This is my OC Sebastian. I actually like the way I drew the hair on this, and even the hands are not like too bad. Some random French guy, and I think this thing was like a inspired by like a nutcracker or something. Some more random drawings. I think that this was inspired by Betty Boop, or like a 1920s actress. This one I actually really like. It's supposed to be like the Joker, in like my art style. And then this is Dick Grayson or Nightwing, also my art style. This one I'm also really proud of. I really like the way I drew the hair. Also, a little doodle that I did on my OC. It's also random doodles I was working on. I was trying to go for this really like Alice in Wonderland whimsical kind of look. You can kind of tell it's like very Tim Burton esque. More, or I guess this is Phantom of the Opera, and then just a little staircase, and some like Dracula drawings I drew. This is just like a drawing that I thought was really cringe. This is in my OC Jasper. Yeah, like I don't know why I drew that, but yeah. This one I really like. I can't even tell if you can see it, but this was actually supposed to be like a study for like a back tattoo, but it looks really bad, like really bad. You can't even tell what I drew honestly, but I really like, I guess, like the back profile, and I'm surprised that I actually kind of like the way I drew the hair back, like the back view of the hair. I think it's pretty good. More of my OCs. Again, some OC Sebastian from earlier. My main OC Alaya. It's her and her sister. Again, this is Alaya and Ian. This is supposed to be Tori Inu. Just like a random sticker I was working on. This is supposed to be James and I think Meowth from Team Rocket. I don't know why the proportions are so off. I don't know why I drew him much bigger than James here, but yeah. Also my OC again, Alaya. It's little, I guess like a little, not like chibi, but like a doodle version. Some Soul Eater fan art. Like I drew like Death the Kid. I have never really watched Soul Eater, but like I just like the way the characters looked, so I decided to draw them. This is where I started using more like microns and like markers, I guess. Supposed to be Bayonetta, some ice studies, a really bad side profile. Like this looks like the early 2000s yaoi art. I don't like it at all. A box of cinnamon toast crunch. There's like lore behind this. This is like my very first, I think you could call it my OC honestly, but my very first character I ever made. Well, that was part of my very first comic that I made from like back when I was like 9. Some random like doodles, just like Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Plankton. Some random emo guy, I guess. This is like the Death Note, Strawberry. This is supposed to be light. I did him like really dirty. I don't like this at all. I don't know why he looks like that. It's supposed to be Frankie. Frankenstein from Monster High. I don't like this one either. There's another unfinished drawing here. This is another random like doodle. It's supposed to be a little calico critter. And this is a drawing that never ended up finishing. It was supposed to be like a knight, like a lady knight, and a prince, but I never got to like finishing it. It's also my OC from earlier, Jay. And I'm pretty sure this is like a random doodle I saw on like Pinterest and I just decided to draw it. This also just looks like early 2000s yaoi art again. I'm pretty sure I just drew that as like doodle as well. I've been seeing like these hats and these bags all over like Pinterest and Depop, and I decided to draw it. This is another vampire, this time like in a coffin, like a casket, I guess. This one I actually kind of like. I think I drew the hair pretty decently, and I think even the folds in the clothes aren't that bad. This one I don't even want to show. This was like a little jump scare. This was like me trying to do realism. This is like a scrapbooking spread that I did. Little Target receipt. Also another receipt. Some of them I didn't even glue them down for some reason. But here. I'm not gonna read the stuff that I wrote because it's like really cringe and edgy. But yeah. This is just like some Tylenol, like a broken Tylenol pill that I just glued on here. Some of the pages in here are blank because it took me a long time to finish this sketchbook, and I kind of like did end up accidentally skipping over some pages without realizing. And this is another scrapbooking kind of page. I actually really like this one. I like the way this looks. It's another like receipt, and these are just stuff that I printed out. This is actually a drawing. Oh, look, obviously this is like a sketch I drew of like I forgot his name is a model that I found on Pinterest. It's another sketch of Marilyn Monroe. This one is really ugly. I wasn't planning on showing it, but this is supposed to be Coriolanus Snow from the ballad of Snakes and Songbirds, or I think it's Songbirds and Snakes. I don't even remember honestly. Yeah, I didn't realize how many blank pages are in here. I think I like left some of them blank because I was working on a comic on the back of the sketchbook. So yeah, this like a little comic doodle that I drew in the back. This like some random, I think perspective Leah I did at the end. And yeah, that's like about it. That was the end of my sketchbook. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and think I'm gonna continue posting my art on here and along with my other sketchbooks. So until next time, bye.